And Greg, can you share with me some of the human data that we have on Ahiflower?
Yes, and this takes up where when I first joined the company. So we now have published human dietary intervention trials, and one of the first things we learned was that Ahiflower boosts circulating EPA, omega-3 EPA, in the body up to 4 times more efficiently than flaxseed oil. So that was a key finding. And then the second human clinical study that came out shows that Ahiflower significantly upregulates other beneficial omega-3 fatty acids like ETA, and as well as anti-inflammatory GLA and DGLA on the omega-6 side, which fish and algal oils cannot do because they lack Ahiflower's wider array of those essential and more biologically advanced fatty acid precursors. And finally, the human evidence shows that Ahiflower supports the body's immune and post-exercise response by upregulating interleukin-10, which is an anti-inflammatory cytokine that is itself part of the body's natural cellular anti-inflammatory management system. So those are the key human clinical findings so far with Ahiflower.
And what are those more biologically advanced omega-3 precursors that you were talking about?
Well, I mentioned stearidonic acid, first of all, which is Ahiflower's sort of calling card. It's the richest dietary source of stearidonic acid, and that bypasses the hepatic rate-limiting step of converting alpha-linolenic acid onward. And then ETA is the next one that Ahiflower's SDA metabolizes through to. ETA metabolizes through to EPA, and then actually there's evidence of metabolism and boosting DPA. So those are the more advanced ones on the omega-3 side. And then on the omega-6 side, it's the GLA from Ahiflower metabolizes through to DGLA, dihomogamma-linolenic acid.
And I know that if we're getting just fish or algal sources, that we're not really getting the SDA or the ETA or the GLA, as we've discussed. Are there any particular specific benefits to those metabolites that you could share?
Well, they really form an array of helpful substrates for our cells, and it's in a way that our bodies are biologically evolved to expect and receive from the essential ALA and linoleic acid precursors. So the benefits primarily have to do with things like hormonal balance, inflammation response, inflammation management, everything that has to do with membrane permeability, porosity, cell signaling functions. There's a lot of activities that are understood to be part and parcel of that more diverse array of substrates. There's a whole field now that's devoted to understanding the resolution phase of inflammation, and there's been a whole range of discoveries over the last decade or so in what are called pro-resolving mediators, that have to do with how the body resolves inflammation on the backside of immune challenge or intentional inflammation in the form of things like acute exercise and things like that.
Amazing. That's so interesting.